Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unique Not Different with me, Shamla. I can must say your blush looks very good today. Um, Today I have the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Disabled Peoples International, and he's here to talk about the DPI's event that is ongoing and upcoming. So there are a number of initiatives that is taking place this month. And good morning, Cohen. How are
Pleasant
you?
morning to you, Shamla Maraj. Thanks for having me on your program.
It's always a pleasure. So, Cohen, we have multiple events that we want to talk about. But first, let's talk about the food distribution project. Can you tell us a little bit about the genesis behind this
No
project?
problem. All right. Definitely, the food support project was a project that we initiated the support of our kind sponsor, and I want to mention them in bold. That is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They were generous enough to come on board as sponsors for this particular initiative, and the genesis behind this particular initiative was born out of persons who are differently able, or persons with disabilities who would have reached out to us for some type of food support. And when we looked at the entire initiative, the entire issue, it was because persons were not receiving their food cards. I think that many persons with disabilities right now in Trinidad and Tobago, they are having issues in getting back their food card when it was stopped. I think in sometime 2 years ago, April 2022, I believe it was. All right. And because of that need and because of the rising costs of food prices, etc., we saw it fit as the leading arm of persons with disabilities to be able to engage the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints in order for us to provide food support to persons with disabilities. Not only persons who are members of the Disabled People International, but persons with disabilities throughout Trinidad and Tobago. All right?
So, yeah, it started on April 2nd, but it's ongoing, right?
Right.
Uh, in terms of the response, what has the response been so far? And how can persons donate?
All right. So the response, Shamla, as I said, is really really overwhelming to see the amount of persons who are definitely in need of food support. I'm talking about persons who are shut-ins, persons who are bedridden, all type of disabilities from CP, cerebral palsy, persons who are deaf, persons who have Down syndrome, persons who are blind and visually impaired. Is across the spectrum. Persons are reaching out to us, even persons in Belize and other parts of the Caribbean are reaching out to us for some type of food support. But the food support is geared mainly only for persons with disabilities, and we want to advocate and put that point out there. We know that there is a genuine need of support for food items for persons on a general basis, persons without disabilities, but we really want to kind of factor in the need for persons with disabilities to give aid to this particular type of support. The initiative is an ongoing one. We would have started in April with our first distribution. As it is now, we are on our third distribution here in Trinidad, and we will be engaged Tobago 2 weeks ago with their first distribution, because it's not just in Trinidad. We would have made an outreach to Tobago 2 weeks ago, and we are on this Saturday, the 11th. We will be engaged in our third distribution in Trinidad, and the following week we'll be in Tobago to do our second distribution in Tobago as well too. For more information on how you can get onto us, to get more information, if you know someone with a disability, or if you are a person with a disability here in Trinidad and Tobago, you can feel free to message us at 388-6734. That's 388-6734. Or you can contact us at the office at 288-281-1815. All right?
Is there any particular criteria I have to meet apart from being disabled to access these?
All right. We would use some type of discussion, because sometimes persons may fall ill based on, let's just say, if it's a medical problem that renders them disabled in somewhat for some period of time. And we will definitely use some type of consideration. Sometimes we might have someone who may have suffered a stroke, and unable to work for a period of time, etc. So we may render some type of assistance based on the person's current situation. We wouldn't just turn away persons just like that. We don't believe in that. And even if they reach out to us and we see that there's a need for something for a councillor to address or a member of parliament to address, we will definitely refer them to those persons as well too, so that they can be able to get some type of assistance, or the Ministry of Social Development, where they could probably get some type of temporary food card assistance, etc.
Right. So now we have the Fun and Family Day, right? Can you tell us a little bit about this Fun and Family Day? Who can participate? How they can participate? And what should we expect?
All right. So our Fun and Family Day, the TTDPI has not had a Fun and Family Day for the last decade, I believe. I came into the organization on the executive level in 2019, and now that I am the president of the organization, I saw it fit that persons with disabilities need to come out and socialize and interact and get to know persons. There are a lot of persons who don't know each other because we have various chats like the North, South, Central Tobago, in different regions, and they don't know each other. And I think I saw it fit that persons could come out and actually interact, see the faces of persons they may just have been hearing on the chats, etc. And on July the 7th, we would want to engage all the members of the different people community and people in general to come out and really come out and support and be a part of the Fun and Family Day, engage in some of the activities. All activities definitely will be tailored towards the inclusivity of persons with disabilities. So you might just see Trinidad and Tobago, Disabled People International going up against the Blind Welfare Cricket Team, and engaging in some type of cricket activity, tug of war, etc. So it's supposed to be a really, really interesting day for us, where we could really come out and have a good time. It will be at the Marvin Lee Stadium in Macoya, very accessible, fully accessible. And we really want to engage all the other organizations, NGOs, Autism Society, Down Syndrome, Blind, all these other organizations that caters or advocate for persons with disabilities to really get on board. And we will be doing our needful as well in reaching out to those organizations so that they definitely will become a part of the day's activities.
So you mentioned that you have other events that are coming up, right? Can you just tell us about those events?
Some of the other events, because last week Friday we would have finished a curriculum, just a fundraising activity, because most of the activities that we'll be doing definitely will need some type of support, whether it be corporate or whether it be based on our labor. We'll go out and try to raise funds on our own, because we're not just waiting for things to fall in our laps. We want to be able to do the work and actually try to see how many funds that we can be able to raise in order to put forward these activities. So the curriculum had went recently, and we have a host of other fundraising activities that we will have coming up to the Fun and Family Day. And also we have other activities that will be coming for the next quarter, the next period, as the curriculum finishes. I know that we would have mentioned, PRO would have mentioned in the last interview with you about the fashion show. We would have spoken about the cycle, the wheelathon that we want to engage to build awareness of persons with disabilities. So these are some of the host of activities that we will be engaging with, as well as just to finish off the year, our Christmas dinner. So that's something that we definitely want to look forward to as well too. Not to mention some of our other activities will be engaging in more capacity building of the members as well. Because we could have all the fun and games, but if we don't really build the minds of persons with disabilities and get them equipped to be ready for either the world of work or even for society in general, we want to be able to engage our members to be able to kind of get that hands-on approach in terms of how they build their capacity through training. So
to close out, can you remind us of the number again?
All right. So the numbers to reach out to us if you are out there, your corporate sponsor, or are you willing to be a volunteer of the TTDPI, you can reach out to us at 288-388-6734. That's 2-388-6734. Or you can reach out to us at 281-8115. All right, that's the office number. Also, you can email us at ttdpiadvocacy@gmail.com.
Kerwin, it's always a pleasure.
Definitely, Shamla.
Yes, and I hope to have you back to talk about, DPI's
other
impact
matters
on the community, right?
Yeah.
So again,
legislation is one of the burning issues, and I think that we must address that legislative issue. All right.
So I'll be back for that, yes.
Thanks
So
so
thank
much,
you so
Shamla.
much for
It's a
coming,
pleasure.
and thank you so much, Shana, to go for tuning in to this week's segment of Unique and Different. As I always say, be good, do good. Until next week. Bye, everyone. Awesome. Yeah.